Deep in space, something unfamiliar quietly entered NASA's attention.
At first, it appeared ordinary, barely different from countless other objects.
But subtle details soon made scientists pause and look again.
Multiple observatories began tracking its movement with care. Its path through space didn't raise alarms, yet. Then, its behavior began showing small inconsistencies. These changes were minor, but impossible to ignore. Unexpected light reflections caught analysts by surprise.
At this distance, there was no immediate danger.
If you follow space discoveries like this, subscribing helps you stay informed.
Over days, its movement began to subtly diverge from predictions. These deviations weren't dramatic, but they were consistent. Consistency is what made scientists pay closer attention.
The object was now logged for continuous observation.
Rotation patterns hinted at unusual mass distribution.
Nothing about it screamed danger, but questions grew. Minor brightness shifts added another layer of curiosity.
These signals weren't strong enough to alert the public.
Internally, however, monitoring protocols quietly changed.
A special category was assigned without announcement.
This category doesn't mean threat. It means uncertainty.
NASA uses it only when data doesn't fully agree.
3I/Atlas now met that quiet criteria.
Not because of danger, but because of unanswered questions. In space science, uncertainty demands patience.
And patience begins with careful watching.
Every movement is logged, every change recorded.
Silence doesn't mean nothing is happening.
It means observation continues quietly.
For now, 3I/Atlas remains under watch.
Not feared, not ignored.
Simply monitored more closely than before.
Because space often reveals answers slowly. And sometimes, silence is the most important clue. This is how discovery truly begins. Not with answers, but with attention.
And that attention continues.
Quietly, carefully,
exactly as space science demands.
Watching without assumptions. Because understanding always comes first.
Reaction comes later.
For now, observation continues.
And the universe keeps its secrets.
Until it chooses not to.
This is how NASA watches the unknown.
Without noise.
Without fear.
Because understanding comes before reaction.
And the watch continues. By this stage, scientists noticed the object wasn't behaving like a typical interstellar visitor. Its motion remained stable, but small deviations began appearing in the tracking data. Independent observatories confirmed the same unusual readings across different instruments.
The brightness pattern didn't match known comet or asteroid behavior.
What stood out most was the consistency of the signal over time. Models struggled to fully explain why the object maintained such precise stability.
There was no immediate threat, but curiosity quickly turned into caution.
This is when NASA quietly adjusted how the object was categorized internally.
The change didn't trigger public alarms, but it changed how closely it was watched.
Special monitoring categories are rare and reserved for the unexpected. Unlike others before it, this object continued behaving consistently strange. Surface reflections suggested structural irregularities still under study.
No sudden changes followed, which made the situation even more puzzling.
Isolation ruled out many external explanations scientists initially considered.
Orientation stability remained one of the most closely tracked factors.
Each update added clarity, but not certainty.
The possibility of a natural explanation remained open.
Still, the repeating pattern continued without interruption.
Monitoring continued quietly, without public announcements.
No conclusions were rushed.
Time became the most important variable in the investigation.
Consistency ruled out random behavior.
Whatever 3I/Atlas is, it follows rules we don't fully understand yet.
And that's why it remains under special observation. Not because of fear, but because of unanswered questions. Science advances by watching carefully, not reacting quickly.
For now, monitoring continues. And the data keeps coming.
Answers may take time.
But careful observation always comes first.
Because understanding shapes preparation.
And preparation shapes discovery.
This is how science moves forward.
Listen quietly to the silence of space. A gentle note sustained across the cosmos, carefully.
Methodically.
One observation at a time.
This story isn't over yet.
It's just being watched.
Closely.
And with the darkness, we find peace.
In the quiet darkness, we find patience. The ending is calm.
Because science never stops watching.
Even when nothing seems to happen.
Especially then.
Thanks for watching.
Stay curious.
Stay observant.
Because understanding comes before reaction.